to the Behind the Drapes podcast. I'm your host, Expo Rich. I'm here with Courtney Muller, from the president of Manifest. Thank you for being here today.
Expo Rich, I love
Expo
it.
Rich, that's my stage name.
Good for you.
We're recording here from the SISO CEO Summit here in Austin, Texas. And really excited to be talking to you today. I know we've been planning this a while and we've missed each other at other events. So thank you for doing this today.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah. And the reason why I like to do this is I like to have these conversations so people can learn more about the people that are behind the drapes, the people that are doing the things. So I always like to start with the origin story. How did you happen upon this industry? How did you end up here?
Yeah. Well, I happened into it just like a lot of people. I graduated college with a degree in advertising, actually, and worked in an advertising agency for a short amount of time before discovering it was going to take a long time to make money. So I got into a sales role, and then I happened into a job at Reed Exhibitions back then, selling booth space. And that had been my fourth job, actually.
Oh, okay.
So it took me 4 jobs to find the industry that I ended up staying in. And I'm so happy I did.
Yeah. Once the claws got into you, it kept you.
I feel like pretty much anyone who happens into the industry ends up staying.
Yeah. Or leaves real fast because they don't belong.
Because they can't hack it.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm so glad I did because it's been an amazing 35-year career. Yeah. I've traveled the world. I've gotten to meet heads of industry and just interact with so many different amazing people and so many different industries as well, and you get to know different industries along the way and you feel real connection to all of them. Mm-hmm. They all have their own personalities. For sure. And I think that's one of the great things about our businesses. You're not pigeonholed into just working in one industry your entire life. Yes, you're in events, but you get to touch on all of these different industry verticals. And that's really fun.
It's one thing. It's like when people ask me what I do and I'm like, well, what industry are you in? Because they have a trade show for it, every single industry. Yeah. So
yes.
It's you're right. It's never boring. It's never the same. And,
No. And I didn't ever think I was going to travel the way I've ended up traveling in my life, and that's been really fun. The only thing about working in this industry is often when people ask you what you do and you explain it, they glaze over pretty fast because they're like, what? Yeah. I'm telling you, my dad never got it.
It's like you always got to default and say, well, you ever seen a car show or a boat show?
Exactly.
It's like,
exactly. Well, now I default to comic shows.
That's true.
Comic-Con,
that's
people
true.
go, I know what that is.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, that's a good default. So throughout, you've worked with a few different organizations and you've done, and, being in a position of leadership, your journey to get there, I'm sure there were some people that helped you out along the way as far as pulling you up and giving you those opportunities. And so tell me about some of those people that were influential.
Definitely. Well, the first person I have to talk about is Nancy Walsh. She was my boss at Reed for so many years and, formative years. Mm-hmm. Like we were growing up. Yeah. We were having kids. We were raising families. And I was just talking to her inside saying, I feel like I grew up with you. And she was on stage talking about her leadership style. And just hearing her talk was just bringing me back home and making me feel such a warm and fuzzy. And I was saying to her, I tried to emulate you in a lot of ways because I thought she was an amazing boss. And she made a real impact on me and my career. Yeah. And I'm forever grateful for that.
Yeah, definitely a good role model. She's done a lot.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Definitely.
For sure. And now, you've been coming to SISO for a few years, I would say.
Many years.
And one of the things like I've been asking people at this go around is like, what are some of the valuable things that your takeaways from being part of SISO?
Mm-hmm. I actually just joined the board for the second time. So I was on the board. It's now been a number of years ago. And when I first joined, I didn't really understand how rewarding it was going to be. I didn't. And I came into it and through the SISO board ended up helping to create SISO Women with a couple of other leaders, Mary Larkin and Dana Teague. And that was an extremely rewarding experience. And at a time in my career where I was struggling a little bit. And it was nice to have something like that, that was volunteer, that I was passionate about, to work on that just made me feel really confident.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to know so many amazing people through these events across the industry, working for different companies. I would have never known them otherwise. And creating that broader network is just, I think it's a gift. And I feel very close to some of these people now. And, even if you only see someone once or twice a year, it's amazing. You really can build a relationship.
And I also love that I see, like, speaking of those relationships that we build, and we build genuine ones, especially in a smaller group like this.
Yeah.
And it's like, you may see them twice a year, but like, you don't really have to play catch up against, like, clicking right back in, and like, you just get right back into it.
No, you really do.
Yeah.
And obviously being in this industry, you create a lot of relationships anyway, because you travel with people and, when you're on the road with people, you're spending a lot of time with them.
And sometimes it feels like you're in battle with, like, in the trenches with, with your partners and your cohorts, and when you pull off a show opening that was a tough run, it's like you really bond over that. So
you definitely do. You definitely do. And now, over so many years, we've all been through a lot of things together. I mean, the recession of 2008 and 2009, and then COVID, obviously. And I think as an industry, we've been very resilient and smart, and we've been able to bounce back stronger than ever now, which I'm really proud of for all of us.
Yeah, definitely. And it's been it was some crazy times, but coming out the other side, we all came out stronger for sure. And more hyper focused on like what's really important.
Doing the right things. And the
Yeah.
thing is, during the pandemic, it would have been easy to do some of the wrong things with your customers, and I feel like there was a lot of lessons learned at that point as well.
Yeah. For sure. So going into or finish out the year in 25, maybe into 26, what are some of the things that you're really looking forward to with Manifest?
Yeah, so we just finished our 4th event. So heading into it's our 5th cycle now. And I was just saying to someone earlier today, we just, as with every show, you finish it up and then you just build it again.
Yeah.
And it's our hope that we can build it into something bigger, better, more valuable for our customers once again. We're happy because we've landed at a venue now that we're going to stay in for a number of years. So it makes everything easier. But I would say we just continue to want to add as much value as we can for the industry. Manifest is all about innovation. And we are a very high level event. We try to attract the most innovative and forward looking people in the industry. And it's been a great ride so far, and we want to just keep it going.
Definitely wish you all the success with the future growth of Manifest.
Thank you so much.
Everything else. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.